And I cock slightly back, and we're doing the same motion, but the hips are coming out. So, and then I'm just delivering with the arms. Like there's a little bit of a push and pull at the end, but that's about it from the arms. So I'm rotating, bringing the power up from the ground, through my core, through my shoulders, and it gets right here, and then I extend the arms. What's up?
About the hand sliding, is there a reason to not do it?
I think you're going to slow down your hands enough, and getting the timing on the hand slides a little hard. And the thing is, I found that while keeping a fixed grip, I can get more shots off.
So one of the things that he talked about, that snap at the end, like that is a very little motion, but you'll find that that little motion is going to be the difference between delivering all your power and delivering maybe 50% of your power. So you can generate all of this here, but what it needs to be is at that final moment, that's when you stop. You're only going to get that by practicing hitting a thing. You're not going to get that practicing in the air. Sorry. So you need to get an axe-like object, ideally something that has head weight, and you need to practice hitting a thing. I like using mauls on a tire, but you can probably find other options.
Yeah, maul handles.
Maul handles, sorry.
Yeah, so we're going to correct that as we do some sparring.
Yeah.
He's going to teach you a little bit of longsword real quick.
Longsword, if you have to deliver power, it works exactly the same way as the axe, and at that very end, that snap. But in general, for duels, you don't have to deliver nearly as much power. We still want to get that hip rotation, but you don't have to drive into it. It's just this. And in the hand, the push-pull is going to be way more important with this. If you've ever taken a HEMA class, they're going to talk about casting the rod. So this starts the motion. Before you move, you pull here and you cast that out. For our sport, not as much. We're going to be wanting to be delivering here, and at the very last moment, in general, this push doesn't really do anything. Pull that bottom hand. That's where all of your power is coming from, that pull. So that very last moment, you pull, and that's where you're going to get it from. The reason we want to do it at the last moment in longsword, where power is not as important, is because when you get here, if your block is online, I can come down here at that very last moment. I've delivered all the same power, and now I just changed, and now I have a different vector, and that could land a shot. So we want to save that, because this is your directional shot. So you want to save that till the very end. You could even be throwing here, and then at the very end come there if you're really good. I'm not. But the point is, that's why we wait till the end. Definitely don't be throwing here, pulling it together. It's the arms extend out, and then you fire at the very last moment. Yes?
In an SCA fight, you do wrap shots and different things, but sometimes you'll actually crack back and back around to do a secondary shot. Is that a possibility in steel fight?
Sure. In melee, if you're going to deliver a one-handed blow, you're not really going to do that much of a tick-tock, right? If you've ever done SCA or Screama, think of your left hand more like that. This is a weapon. It's not your shield. So don't go bop, pop, go pop, bop. This is your secondary shot. This is coming at. You don't have to deal with how do I deliver power into the offside. Fuck it, just hit him with a fucking shield. So yes, that said, if you're in duels, there are going to be reasons to do that. So, a falchion is also way tip heavy, and so getting that wrap around is really hard. With a army sword, nowhere near as hard. So it's gonna hit, and yeah, it's gonna be coming back. You can just roll it in your hand and get that next one. Wraps. For duels, whether a ref calls it or not is basically a coin flip. There are lots of refs who think a backblade doesn't count. There are some refs who think a backblade doesn't count if it's a wrap. Instead, it has to be done like a HEMA shot, or like it has to be done like pulling them in. Backblades are sketchy in single hands. So if you've done SCA and you know how to throw a wrap, only do it if you're doing it to throw a different combo and make him think it. This is not going to score you a lot of points unless you happen to have refs who know what the fuck you're doing. So yeah, longsword. For the same thing. As soon as you hit, if you were fighting in the longsword in a real fight, not that that's ever going to be a thing, If you talk to people who care about longsword fighting as how it was done, all of the techniques are done about people not wearing armor. And so they're talking about how you cut through stuff. We obviously are wearing armor, and also our weapons are dull. So we're not cutting through things. So as